Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome to another Fire Emblem Heroes Abyssal Clear. Today we are taking on the new legendary Ice Dragon Oracle Ninian, so that we can earn the Gold Divine Tiara, one of the better looking gold accessories in my opinion. And this map, overall not too bad. Unlike a lot of the other Abyssals, they didn't have a ton of reinforcements set to spawn in on this one, so you won't get overwhelmed by sheer numbers, but there are some pretty powerful foes that can take you out if you don't deal with them, so that's where some of the difficulty lies. In particular, this thief was one of the ones that could be a little troublesome. And then Ninian herself can make up for the lack of numbers by providing dance support and just making you get rushed down a bit faster than you would otherwise, so she is a key threat to take out. But overall, it wasn't the worst Abyssal map by any means. I did have a little bit of difficulty with it, but that was because I wanted to use very specific units, and that presented a little extra challenge, but I have figured out the solution and we are good to go. So real quick, let's take a look at our combatants. This time, as usual, leading the charge is our dear professor, but look, he's looking a bit fancier. He dressed up for the occasion. We have at long last our plus 10 legendary Byleth, and he is good to go. He is ready to drop some enlightenment on his foes. Enlightenment being the name of the attack that he uses to blow enemies off the map. He is running a bit of an awkward build though. We did have to play around with his skills a little so that we could get kills and still be able to take a hit here and there. So he's running a bit of an awkward set, but he has his professorial tome to give some team support with the drive null follow-up, and also giving himself null follow-up and some extra stats. Gonna be very fun, and it's also got that slaying effect to allow him to spam his special in conjunction with Time's Pulse and Sublime Heaven, letting him just fire that off at the start of every turn. It's especially good here because it is super effective against dragon and beasts, which this map has a good number of dragons on it. He's got his dual rally so that he can give his allies something to believe in and let them hit a little harder. Has nice overlap with his tome's support. And then he's got Swift Sparrow and Attack Speed Form to give him some offensive boost. Attack Speed Form gives him a little bit of speed on enemy phase to let him survive a little bit better. And then Lull Attack Res just gives him a little more oomph and also weakens some incoming attacks. Not the lull skill that I would pick as his best in slot, but it does work for this particular map. Next up, we have Ninja Korin. He is a dragon, even though he doesn't look like it right now, so I thought he would be fitting to bring to this map. And he is running a very weird set. The goal for him this time around is not really to attack. He only really attacks once, and that is totally optional. Anyone could have taken out the foe that he takes out. But we are instead using him to kind of manipulate the map. He both manipulates his allies with drawback to pull them out of range, and also just manipulate the enemy's movements because we want them to position themselves in certain ways. We want them to attack Korin himself and not his allies. Distant counter lets him attack back when he gets hit, and while he won't kill, he will help weaken them so that they will get healed and then pulled away from the front lines. So he's just doing a lot of manipulation in this case. Kestrel Stance and Close Call gives him some extra survivability. Distant counter, like I said, we need to hit enemies even if we don't kill them just to help manipulate things. And then Drive Attack helps us secure some key kills. But the most important thing is actually that drawback, funny enough. Next up, we have Sedith. He is running a hybrid build, supporting with Spear of Assault to help get some kills, and Harsh Command as well to reverse Ninian's debuffs. After that, it doesn't really do anything. But for himself, he is running guard bearing to help him tank some key hits, and speed def rain also helps with that support. But for offense, he is running Heavy Blade, Blade Session, and Gale Force, so that when the time is right, he can fire off some attacks and take out key threats and move around the map, get out of enemy range, and so on. Very helpful tactical unit on this map. And in case you didn't realize, we do have kind of a general dragon theme of dragon adjacent characters. Khorne is a dragon, Garen is a dragon, Seteth is riding a dragon. Byleth has dragon ties as well. But finally, in the last slot, we have brought Papa Garen for that dragon theme. And he is our main tank, Breath of Blight, letting him just tank a lot of things. And I just recently got him Attack Res Unity and Dragon Wall from Divine Codes that further bolster his tanking ability. Def Res Menace lets him spread some debuffs so that we can hit a little bit harder, and it also gives him some extra Def Res for tanking as well. And then QR just helps him secure kills. Aether keeps him topped off. Nothing too out of the ordinary here, just your standard bulky dragon. So with all of our tactics gone over, we are ready to begin our fight. Ninian, use your oracle powers to prophesy exactly how badly we are going to beat you down. No, Ninian's cool. I do like her. I'm mostly joking, but we are going to defeat her, and I'm curious if she was able to use her oracle powers to divine that. So to start, we are going to bait out from here, but we need to adjust our team positioning a little bit, and we have to be careful not to get anyone that doesn't want to tank in range of a unit that Ninian can dance and have them rocket down and take someone out. So that is something important to keep in mind. But we are going to have Papa Garen move up in position to bait out these two here, and we are going to support him a little bit with Byleth's Rally so that he gets a little bit more oomph. The speed doesn't matter too much because he's got QR anyway to double back, but he actually could double this Axe Cav with the Rally, I think. Yeah, he's actually at a almost respectable level of speed there, especially when you factor in that Seteth will be supporting as well. I'm going to move him there. And then lastly, we're going to move Khorne over here, being careful not to put anyone here in this space. So Ninian dances, and then Red Fafnir attacks into Garen. We are reducing that 9 damage. Doesn't help too much, but you know, the less damage you take, the better usually. We counter and finish the job. Get debuffed again. And then the Axe Cav attacks into Garen, but thanks to our double, we take him out. And that is 2 less units we have to worry about. At first, we were just barely missing the kills, but then I decided to have Byleth rally, and that ended up making the difference. So now, we are going to deal with Ninian, because we just don't want the headache of having to predict which units she will dance and so on. So we need to get Byleth over there, but alas, we cannot reach. But if we have Khorne draw back, suddenly we can, but we are still not strong enough. However, with the power of Seteth's harsh command, a little bit of stern guidance, and now Byleth is prepared to do his best and take out Ninian. Behold, sublime heaven! Pow! Down she goes. Nice and simple, but now we do need to pull back a little bit because Byleth will be slaughtered if we leave him in range. We must protect our Pope and pull him out of the way. And there we go. Papa Garen is ready to tank as well. Thief attacks into him. Does a good chunk, but we are reducing some of that damage thanks to our Dragon Wall. And then the Red Flyer attacks into Khorne, and we're going to tank that just barely, and then we're going to attack back. Unfortunately, can't get the kill, and I did play around with trying to manipulate so that Khorne had higher speed, so that he could double back, and also just messing with his special to get a stronger one so that he would kill on counter. But what I found was instead of attacking Khorne, this Red Flyer would instead move to attack Garen or Byleth, and then they would be too weakened later on and they would just die if they weren't taken out immediately after that red flyer attacked. So I ended up needing to play around with Corrin's set so that he would attack but not kill, and that was actually very important. And then after the red flyer attacked, they got hit by the Troubadour's rescue, which pulled them back one space, which is important to keep in mind in a second here. But next we're going to have Byleth move down and attack this green Fafnir. Once again, our Sublime Heaven is recharged thanks to Time's Pulse, and we're just going to take out this dragon, no issues. And we do have this Lance Dragon, but Byleth is bulky enough to take a hit or two from them, so we're just going to ignore them for now. Instead, we're going to have Seteth move up and take out this Bow Flyer before they get the drop on him and take him out due to his weakness to bows. So we double and take them out, and now Garen is able to barely kill this thief thanks to Seteth being here to support with his Spear of Abyssal and his range skill. And now we can move up and take out the thief. There we go. And finally, Corrin is pretty weakened, but we're just going to have him move back here. And it looks like we are in range of the red flyer. However, when we end, the first thing that happens is the Troubadour uses rescue and pulls him back, so the red flyer is now no longer able to reach Corrin and will instead attack Garen. Funny little manipulation with the enemy AI priority where they prioritize healing before actually attacking, even though they could take out Corrin right there. And the blue Manakete attacks into Seteth, and he is able to survive thanks to guard bearing. And then this blue Manakete attacks into Garen, and we are just reducing that damage. Even with triangle advantage, this Manakete is just not doing anything to us. They seem to have forgot that most dragons are enemy phase oriented, and they went on the offense and it didn't go so well for them. They did barely survive, but that is fine. Also, Breath of Blight triggered and did some extra chip damage to these guys. So now we can have Seteth move over and attack this red flyer. Hit him with the funny number, down he goes. And Gale Force triggers right then and there, so we can move again. And we could attack this red Fafnir, but alas, we are not quite strong enough, even with Corrin's drive attack. However, if we have Byleth attack this Lance Dragon now, take him out with the Sublime Heaven that is once again recharged. There we go. Now, thanks to Blade Session on Seteth's seal, he can finish the job on this red Fafnir. Stab once. And again. Dragon on dragon violence. And now we're just going to have Papa Garen take out this blue Manakete, finish the job, clean up, and he is bulky enough that he will be able to tank this blue Manakete even with their bonfire up and ready to go. And Corrin is just going to chill there. We're just going to leave him there. He doesn't need to move or anything. So blue Manakete gets healed, but now we'll attack into Garen. Triggers the bonfire. Does a good bit, but we reduce a lot of that. And we are going to double back thanks to QR. Again, didn't quite take him out thanks to that heal, but we did manage to survive, tank the hit, and now we can move down and have Garen drop an Aether on this Axe Dragon, again with the funny number of HP, take him down. And Byleth will once again repeat his decimation with Sublime Heaven, just tear through everything. Or, as you might say, he is tearing through heaven. And now we're going to have Corrin move up, and we will pass turn. Troubadour moves down to attack Byleth, and drops gravity on us. So our movement is restricted, but that is okay. And from here we can have anyone take out this Troubadour, literally any of them. But I feel bad because Corrin didn't get to actually fight this map really, so he's going to land the finishing blow. Take him out, Corrin. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. And we are done. See? Not too difficult overall. And with that, we have won the gold Divine Tiara and added another legendary hero to our clear list. Again, not the most difficult map by any means, but it was an interesting little clear. I got to have a little mini-themed team with dragon-adjacent characters, and I also got to show off our new legendary professor, and just had some fun with it. There are definitely more optimal strategies. Having a save tank would have been very helpful. I could also see having some flying units that could fly over these spaces here on the sides be helpful as well, but I had fun with this team. So anyway, thank you guys as always so much for watching, and until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon and the Angel Army signing out.